Hello and welcome to Building an Effective Project Management Infrastructure by the use of a Project Support Office or PSO. This is Nestor B. Aquino from Group A presenting to you today, July 26, 2015 from Colorado Springs, Colorado, United States. This is as part of the requirements of our course Project Portfolio Performance and Organizational Effectiveness with the mentorship of our professor, Dr. Mohamad Hammoud. For our agenda, we will be defining PSO and other names associated with it. We will also discuss organizational structures, organizational placement, the methods and standards used in PSOs, the growth and maturation of PSOs, the main mission, the need to have a PSO, the role of PSOs in encouraging innovation, some example companies that stagnate due to lack of innovation and overtaken by the competitors, the future of PSOs, and then the presentation of the references. A Project Support Office or PSO is a temporary or permanent centralized organizational unit that oversees and coordinates to support project teams that are responsible for a specific portfolio of projects. And there are other nomenclature or alternative names that were mentioned. Uh, and some organization called it Project Management Office or PMO, Program Office, Project Office, Project Control Office, IT Project Support. It's also sometimes called as a Mission Central, and in Europe it is more commonly known as Directorate of Project Management, and other companies call it Project Management Center of Excellence. Now let's talk about the organizational structures of PSO. Well, it can be virtual versus real structure, wherein the members of the PSO are coming from various business units as invited members, and the real PSOs has got staff in itself that are budgeted by the organization. As the name implies, it's virtual because these members of the PSO are available only when their services are needed, while a real PSO has budgeted staff of professionals, and they include several senior level project managers, and they perform several routine functions such as the project management lifecycle process improvement programs, project reviews, training and design, delivery, and software evaluations. PSO structure can also be proactive versus reactive, and as the name implies, we can correlate the real structure to the proactive, while the virtual corresponds to um, the reactive, or sometimes they are both. PSO can be temporary also or permanent, where it is short-lived or disbanded after the completion of the portfolio projects, or it's a continuing, long-lasting organization. A program is a collection of related projects, so it can be program-based or project-based, depending on the setup of the structure. PSOs can be enterprise, wherein all the project services are given to all levels, versus it's a single discipline or functional. The PSO structure can also be on support mode, where it provides direct support to the project managers and project teams in the form of processes, measures, and direct manpower. It can also be directing, where it sets the standards for project management It defines the processes and the measures and assesses the project work and results. It can also be in a controlling mode where it monitors the PSO members monitors all project activities and takes action to control key parameters relating to cost, schedule, scope, and quality. There are three organizational placements for the PSO as shown in the picture. The first one is EPSO. It can also be an ITPSO, and there's a different project offices, a single PSO for these various projects. So EPSO means they are centralized in their enterprise level. It's also called by serving the entire enterprise, and there are two variations. It can be centralized and decentralized, and the decentralized or called hub and spoke as a policy and procedure responsibility with satellite PSOs providing the actual functions in accordance with the established policies and procedures. Let's now talk about the methods and standards of PSO. The services that PSO provide, the PSO members provide basically, should adhere to methods and standards that are prerequisites to gaining a good return on investment and the means of management to monitor and enforce them. And some examples of these methods and standards are as follows: developing project management processes through collaboration, establishing monitoring and enforcing standards, project selection for the portfolio, work breakdown structure construction, project network diagram development, maintenance of the library for tools and processes, bid preparations, risk assessment, status reporting, scope change, documentation, and change order. Lessons learned from other risk management efforts are valuable lessons. Asking project managers to contribute to such a library and to use its content when planning new projects is actually a wishful thinking. However, this is a good asset and will be useful to others. These methods are and standards are very important to have a maximum impact on the practice of project management in the organization. There should be a project management curriculum that must be built around established methodology, and all the project management team members and the leadership should adhere to it. Just like in any organization or office, the growth and maturation comes with time, and initially uh, it can be in level 1, and there are actually 5 levels of growth and maturation of uh, project support offices. And on level 1, it's explained that it's an ad hoc support and no training from the PSO. So basically, it's ad hoc is informal type of knowledge in the young PSO. This level 1 is characterized by non-existence of training, and the there's no existence of basis, and it's very informal actually on the level of maturity in level 1. Level 2 is a higher competency and growth in a PSO. There's a defined project management processes with reactive support from the PSO, and there is introductory training. In level 3, The project management processes are fully documented, and it has been recognized as critical to business success by senior management. And also, a formal PSO is established, staffed, and given the responsibility of ensuring enterprise-wide usage of the methodology. Enforcement is also taken seriously, and there's a solid training curriculum that is available. At level 4, it's called managed level. There's a complete training program and professional development for project managers that is in place. And the PSO is looked upon as a business and project portfolio management that is of growing importance. At level 5, or the most wanted level of optimized maturity of PSO, is a critical component of a continuous quality improvement program for project management, and that the progress in the successful use of project management is visible, measured, and also acted on. This model is actually originally called the Capability Maturity Model, or CMM, and now it became a CMM integrated, and it's been adapted to present project management in the form of project management maturity model. And these 5 maturity models of the PMM answers the questions, where is the organization when it comes to PSO, and where the PSO is heading. There are three main mission of PSOs. First one is driving efficiencies in the organization by connecting different systems and the interconnection to automate the manual processes. The second mission is to integrate its financials, or the budgeting aspect of strategic initiatives of the organization, and to gain financial and strategic insights that are needed to improve top management decision making. The third is to connect the portfolios, connecting portfolios and strategy to gain enterprise visibility and insight. As part of my research, I became concerned about the statistics that has been published lately, specifically from the Standish Group, from Gartner, and the Project Management Institute, where it was published that 18% of projects fail to get completed or implemented. That is a very low percentage. Also, 33% of completed projects experience cost overruns, according to Gartner. 43% of all projects are delivered late or over budget, according to the Standish Group. And 33% of projects do not meet their goals or business intent, according to Project Management Institute statistics. And overall, it's a 50-50. Looks like half, almost half, is unrealized business value, and only half, a little bit more than half, 54%, realized business value. According to UMT, a well-recognized project management portfolio management consulting group, uh, there are reasons why um, those statistics are prevalent. And so they made an analysis, and they reasoned out that they need a PMO or a PSO in the organization. The first reason is because of unreliable planning. According to this study, there's an ineffective definition and communication of business strategy. Tying up the projects to business strategy is very important. There's also insufficient planning process, resulting in suboptimal demand. And also, there's also unreliable planning due to too many companies adopting the set it and forget it approach to planning. That means the planning has never been updated, the plan, and it just set one time and it was not updated or maintained thereafter. The second reason is the poor financial insight. Poor financial estimates erode planned business value, and these are very costly errors. Project cost overruns and impact also portfolio business value. And there's also the ineffective budget utilization that leaves value on the table. The third reason is the lack of portfolio visibility, and this is where PSO's strength comes in with the proper monitoring and the visibility of the projects. The difficulty to identify and eliminate redundant investments. So it's the repetitive investments, um, duplication, and wasteful invested efforts by the organizational management of the organization. The siloed domains, that means these siloed are actually the mass that impacts the cross portfolio impact, and then lack of roadmaps hampers enterprise visibility and agility. Siloed domains are uh, very um, not looking at the big picture actually, and only looking at the specific stakeholder organization that siloed these domains. And that is also why a PSO is necessary to be set up in an organization. Let us discuss about the role of PSO's management in encouraging innovation. Well, technological competencies have been accepted as one of the important elements of organizational core competencies. Technological distinctive competencies include the capacities to obtain information and state and progress of the relevant science and technologies to generate technological processes, to update and introduce new innovation based on technologies. And this innovation provide differentiation of products and to assimilate new technologies. This is also the key for competitive advantage of companies. And on the first diagram here, there is a connection that the PSOs provide in order to innovate. Um, the PSO identifies all the programs, the different related projects that were identified, and then the selection of based on priorities of these projects, and then the go signal is given to manage these projects to reap up the benefits of the innovation. According to Hamel, out of 1,000 crazy ideas, only 1,000 will merit a small-scale experiment. Of those, only 10 will be worth serious investment, and out of that bundle, only one or two will have the power to transform a business or spawn a new one. Well, Google got this. Within its core search business, the company tests more than 5,000 software changes a year and implements around 500, and that's according to Business Week. And Google has got a PSO in its organization. On the second diagram on the right, the strategic planning roadmap focuses on the big picture and the business outcome. This tool is being used in the PSO in order to uh, correlate these projects, this program from the strategies. And according to the plan, they will select the most important innovative projects that uh, they think will be beneficial and give competitive advantage. Then they will manage this according to the plan, again with the ultimate goal of reaping up the benefits of this project through the control, direction, and management through the PSO. Let us look at why innovation is very important, and let's take some examples of what happened on companies that was overtaken by their competitors. A good first example is Blockbuster. And well, Netflix and Redbox took a unique approach to DVD delivery and later to streaming to movie rental industry. And what happened to Blockbuster? They went bankrupt. On the second scenario, Kodak had a 90% share of the photographic film market. However, they were too slow to embrace the digital technology, and they continued to use films instead of the digital memory cards that we use nowadays. So as a result, Kodak began to financially be in struggle, and in 2012 they announced they would stop selling digital cameras and filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The third example is when smartphones um, were now dominated by Apple smart phones, like using Google Apps for the being used by Samsung, for example. So a result, in 2009, BlackBerry, the US market share has collapsed from 50% market share to less than 2% of market share. There are predictions for PSO role heading for a dramatic change in the next couple of years. And the traditional PSOs um, will be augmented by both strategic and tactical PMO or PSO. So by 2017, majority of the organization, 75%, will become bimodal. That means they will be applying strategic and tactical support to the projects. It will shift the skills from project management to investment managing to remain relevant. So a focus on the investment will be on the cost side of it, the emphasis that will be on the strategic side, while the tactical will be more on the methods and the standards. And cut across silos and connect strategy to program executions. And through innovations, they will have organization adopting a product-based operating and delivery model to focus on customer needs. So unlike Kodak or BlackBerry and also um, Blockbuster, these companies will be lesson learned for those others that are still in business and different industries. And these are the references that I have used in this presentation. And I would like to thank all of you for viewing my presentation, and kindly provide your evaluation and feedback using our DDBA 8743-3 discussion forum. Again, this is Nestor Aquino bidding you goodbye for now and wishing you have a wonderful day. Thank you.